It's 8:34 in the morning. It's the 28th day of August in the year of our Lord Steve the Cat 2023. It's about 72 degrees and sunny here at Site B, and I am your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and general internet nonsense that is the OGGM. Joined by Steve the Cat, who is right now fine. The weekend was pretty scary, but at the moment, it seems the meds are working, and he is 80%. It's Monday, which means it's time to talk about all the tabletop role-playing game freebies that are available on Drive-Thru and GM's Guild, sales, and of course the I know you wait all week for this bundles. Yeah, there's plenty of other YouTubers, but how many of them start your week with singing, right? Yeah, huh? Well, I mean, besides Iron Mouse and all the ones that sing. All right, this week's freebies, sales, and charity bundles. We tried that experiment when we just focused on Humble Bumble and the other one, but it wasn't really working. So we're probably going to go back to normal. Because there's a lot of bundles on Humble Bumble that don't really apply to us unless you really want that, Mexican cooking bumble, which maybe you do. And yes, I'm still calling them bumbles. So let's see what the freebies are. These are available on Drive-Thru and DM's Guild. And I forgot that I was a Drive-Thru affiliate. Who knew? I mean, I knew I have a Drive-Thru affiliate account. I don't know why I don't use it. So the link is now in the description. If you want to pick up any of the PDFs that I mentioned that are on Drive-Thru, use my affiliate link. And, I get a few shekels for it. And you get the experience of helping support me a little bit more. I forgot I had signed up for an affiliate. Yeah, I'm a Drive-Thru affiliate. Who cares? All right, now remember, of course, as always, because apparently I still have to say this because I have no sway. These are PDFs. These are not physical products unless I specifically say you're getting a physical product. So do not be upset if you do not get any figures or dice because they're PDFs. And because they're PDFs, these are digital products, which means when you're downloading these files, especially the VTT files and the 3D printing files, check them for viruses and malware, please. And finally, in regards to the charity bundles, if there's a charity you want to donate to, like Team Primetime, maybe just give the money directly to Team Primetime, as opposed to working through the third-party bundle. That's probably the best way anyways, unless the bundle is something you really need to have. I have posted a couple links below, which we will get to in a moment. Meanwhile, let's start at the top with this picture of these two people. All right, on our freebies this week, we have a D&D Beyond bunch of stuff. We have the massive free source book of Baldur's Gate Gazetteer. So this is all the Baldur's Gate information, updated post-video game that Wizards of the Coast had nothing to do with, but they're trying to clout chase the fact that the new Baldur's Gate video game. I made a mistake last week when I was talking about this when I said this was part of the pay. Right now it is free. All you have to do is go on to D&D Beyond and you can download this Gazetteer. So take advantage of it before they get rid of the freebies. So yeah. Three Wild Embers presents something called the Strong RPG Core System. It is a class-like open source fantasy RPG with 21 common character types. So instead of classes, you have character types and archetypes, and you can mix and match. So yet another OSR OGL, but this one's free. Caesar Inc. has a Doomsong RPG demo up. This is a 120-page book for their upcoming Kickstarter, which I guess is also called the Doomsong RPG. Rock and roll fantasy fairy tale. Alextron has released Invaders, a short RPG that takes you and the players in the roles of alien spies, exploring and experimenting and spying on Earth, preparing it for the upcoming invasion. So Invader Zim! Yay! Ojai Games brings us Project Blue Skies, a solo journeying RPG inspired by 1960s UFO research projects going through reports from across the country determining if there are legitimate sightings. So based loosely on the mythological organization Project Blue Skies / Project Blue Books that was supposedly the governmental branch that investigated all the UFO sightings, or that may or may not exist. So this is a solo journaling RPG inspired UFO research project. So basically it is a creative writing prompt. High-powered attorney by day, bloodthirsty monster by night, lichens and lawyers from Josel Freikorp, first name Jozef, second name Fraigkor. God, I'm sorry, sir or ma'am, I said that completely wrong. It is a one-page solo game where you play a lawyer who is also a werewolf. So, yet again, critical writing prompt. Black Gamer's Bun brings us the Ruins of Shadow's Waste, a first-level adventure for Shadowdark, created as part of the Shadowdark RPG Game Jam. God, love you, Kelsey. Look at all this attention you are getting for Shadowdark. I hope you can keep it running. If you want more Shadowdark, Hoffin Forge brings us the Caves of Respite, an ancient dungeon filled with frosty, dungeony stuff. We have another adventure for Shadowdark called the Arachnid Queen Velga from the Bolingos Hills. The Arachnid Queen Velga from Diana Bolingos Hills. Is that where it's from, or is that the name of the writer? Okay, it's a third level Shadowdark adventure. It's called the Arachnid Queen Velga, written by Deanna Hill. Okay, all right, I get it. Because her last name is Hill, I thought that was the place. And because the guy forgot the comma. But no, the name of the adventure is the Arachnid Queen Velga. The writer is Deanna Hill. And it brings you a village, townsfolk, and a dungeon dealing with a not quite Loth, but Shadowdark equivalent thereof. We have the Busted Wizard Helpline. It is a duet RPG from Brady Koch based upon the book The Hotline at the End of the World, and places you on the first day of the job running a helpline, troubleshooting magical issues with free resources and next to no training. That sounds more like a party game or a board game than a role-playing game, but okay. We have some 5e combat options because why not? This one's called 5e Special Attacks, and it comes to us from Better Play, and it is on DM's Guild. It has 17 new special attacks for 5e because 5e combat wasn't cumbersome enough. We have from Lakara Games, Mythic Space Player's Guide. It is a science fiction role-playing for D&D 4e, inspired by XCOM and Forged in the Dark. If you want some more classic Golden Age type sci-fi, where heroes travel to Mars and punch zombies and Nazis, we have Rocket Age Savaged from Why Not Games. So the name of the company is Why Not Games, and the game is called Rocket Age Savage, and it's a Savage Worlds system. We have a Pathfinder adventure called The Missing Rat Problem from Val Athner. It is a twist on the low-level Rats in the Basement adventure by sending your adventurers into the basement to find and safely retrieve the rats instead of going down to kill them. We've got a pirate-themed adventure for Pirate Board called Caught, a companion of punishments. And this comes to us from Heretical Hedgehog. So this is the different punishments that might face your pirate in Pirate Board should they get caught. The punishment for piracy was branding and then hanging. Okay? If you got caught once, you got branded. If you got caught a second time, you hung. Sometimes, you could avoid the hanging, but eventually, there's only one punishment for piracy. But I guess since this is fantasy piracy, we could add a whole bunch of other ones. We have something called the Underground River, a one-page dungeon that can drop to be any campaign. And it is from, La Pastigate de la Imaginaire. Le, PAYSAGISTE space DE space I hyphen LMAGINAIRE. Well, that's Imaginaire. But pay as you go. Is that pay as you go? Imagination is the translation, I guess. We have a one-shot adventure for 5e called "We're All Devils Here." This comes to us from Inherent Games, and it's you're stranded on a desert island with devils. We have one from Dungeon Master Guild called "Ruins on the Borderland," based upon the 1908 novel by William Hope Hodgkins and inspired by Lovecraft and Terry Pratchett. This is a high-level 5e adventure dealing with an abandoned mansion and spooky stuff and cosmic horror. Well, I mean 5e cosmic horror, so safe cosmic horror. Robin Galeo brings us The Haunting of Sleepy Hollow, a 4th-level adventure for role-play and investigation with a dungeon crawl based upon, of course, the classic Sleepy Hollow. Duck Slayer Games brings us brand new rules for falling for 5e, because apparently they think 5e players fall down a lot. But, falling damage in 5e is negligible because, oh no, I hit the ground. I took 17 hit points damage. I've got 35. I'm okay. We have a new tavern called the Feywild Froth House. It is a tavern that is shifted on the border of the ever-shifting landscape of the realm of Fey. So it is sort of a Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign adjacent adventure. It is from a creator called Zachariah. If you have trouble coming up with magic items and hordes for magic items, especially goblin-themed magic items, Sewage Orc is here with an adventure called Goblin Loot. It's a loot table with 40 unique items that you might find on a goblin, like nutcrackers and fireplace pokers and other things that goblins would take because their size. We've got a tier 4 adventure called Never Spring Frost from William Roto. That's for the Adventure League. And it apparently is a sort of sequel to Rime of the Frost Maiden, as the Frost King leads army of the hundreds of zombies upon the land of Neverwinter and Neverspring. And then we've got the lightning round. We've got new monsters on DM's Guild. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 new monsters. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new character options for 5e. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new maps on DM's Guild. These are all on DM's Guild and Drive-Thru. Use my affiliate link if you want to pick any of these up and support me. Moving on to the sales, we have the, it's sort of cosmic horror, but kind of not really, sale featuring over 3,000 products from Drive-Thru that are somehow kind of sort of attached to cosmic horror, including Call of Cthulhu, Delta Green, Alien the RPG, Chronicles of Darkness, Scion, Hyperborea, because sure, Lovecraft and Conan, Achtung Cthulhu, and a lot more. This is 25% off everything under this sale, and it ends on the 31st, my sister's birthday. So I wish my sister's happy birthday because she's old. We've got a Summer of Darkness sale on the Storyteller's Vault, 25% off of over 500 titles for all the different versions of Vampire the Masquerade, including the White Wolf, Onyx, and Onyx Path versions. So if you're looking to add some love to your World of Darkness games, this sale ends on the 31st, and it's 25% off. Pinnacle Entertainment has released a digital book set for the Pine Book middle school setting. This is a Savage World setting inspired by classic kids' supernatural adventures like Stranger Things, Goosebumps, The Goonies, and It. Notice they never mentioned the other kid ones, the ones that came before Stranger Things, like Stories You Tell in the Dark or Eerie, Indiana, or any of the other ones. There were kid-centric supernatural horror before Stranger Things. You guys know that, right? Right? It wasn't the first. Goosebumps, yes. The Goonies. The Goonies wasn't really supernatural horror. It, obviously. Eerie, Indiana. There's a whole bunch about it. The Hedgewoods. There's a lot. If you want a more adult horror theme, we've got a Savage Worlds Horror Companion Bundle. This is for $47, and it comes to us from Savage Worlds, and it has a whole bunch of Savage World themed horror spooky shenanigans because horror season is coming up. Haunt season officially begins, in case you're keeping track, on Monday, September 4th is when the gates open at HNN and Knox. Travis Ledge has a collection for the Trinity Continuum from Onyx Press. This is a $5 collection featuring a whole bunch of different adventures for the Trinity Continuum, past, present, future. Onyx Path's sort of take on multi-timeline. Here's one. Postmortem Studios. That's Grim Jim. Our friend Grim Jim has a huge art asset sale. It's 78% off. Link down below. $600 worth of art assets available through Postmortem Studios /Grim Jim. Link down below. 78% off. The DM's Guild has got a silver celebration sale for $20. It's a huge bundle featuring over 30 products for 5e, classes, subclasses, etc. Blah, 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 blah. A whole bunch of new 5e things that are technically legal at least to February. If you've been keeping track of my ongoing what the fuck is Wizards gonna do in 2024 with D&D, especially in regards to the Adventures League, you know that not only have I reached out to DM's Guild and the Adventurers League and Wizards of the Coast, but we got a response from Wizards of the Coast regarding what they have technically claimed they have planned for the Adventurers League and GM's Guild. So Adventurers League, GM's Guild is okay at least till February of 2024. After that, who knows? We've got a 5-part adventure path from Brian Hamilton called Rise of the Genie Lords. This is a 5-part PDF, including the full campaign in Roll20. It's a Waterdeep / Calamarish Forgotten Realms themed adventure. It's on DM's Guild for $50. So you can do some Aladdin and the 40 Thieves type stuff. And sing Mr. Aladdin, sir, you never got a friend like me. Yeah, there you go. Who doesn't want an excuse to sing the chorus from Aladdin? Mr. Aladdin, sir. Dun, 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 dun. All right, moving on to charity. Bundles! McKay Baker, who is the designer of Apocalypse World and Powered by the Apocalypse, has been diagnosed with breast cancer and has surgery scheduled at the end of the month. There's a fundraiser going on to help support the cancer and post-cancer recovery for this individual. It's earned over $25,000, but you can contribute to it by going to the GoFundMe and giving the money directly to the family, or donating to a breast cancer research charity. John Kovlik, creator of Munchkin and Dork Tower, is doing his annual bike ride for charity. Every year, John rides a marathon bike ride with a duck on his head to raise money for his food banks in the area he lives. He's got a wide section of awards if you want to support him. It ranges from anywhere from $35 to $4,000. And as the more the higher end ones, you can get actual physical product from him. Like, God, I cannot talk this morning. It's been a rough weekend, like physical prints, artwork, stuff like that. So if you want to support John and his annual bike rides to acquire money and funds for food shares and where he lives, check it out. And this ends on September 16th. Skirmish Publishing is sponsoring a relief bundle for the Maui fires, featuring over 20 different products for Pathfinder. It's $5, and it goes to support victims of the Maui fires. Sleepy Sasquatch Games is continuing their fundraiser for their dog Gizmo. This fundraiser contains multiple adventures by Sleepy Sasquatch Games. It's $19, and it goes to support Gizmo the dog. We do love doggos. Bandcamp is continuing their Dungeon Sith Magic Music Tracks bundle. $7. This goes to LGBTQ charities in the area. So if you want to get a bunch of Dungeon Sith music tracks to play during your D&D adventures or other things, you can. Took a little research to discover what Dungeon Synth actually meant, and the best we could figure out, it is trying to emulate the music you would find in, of course, 8-bit type classic video games that use synthesizer music, like dee, 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 dee. So yes, that is what we think it means. Now, because this is a musical files you're downloading and installing, please check them for violence. Moving on to Bundle of Holding and Humble Bumble. We have a Northwind Adventures has a Hyperborea 3E bundle. This is everything that they have made pretty much for the Hyperborea world. How to destroy Hyperborea? It's Conan meets Call of Cthulhu. So we've got the player's guide, the referee, the atlas, and 2 adventures. And this all goes to support wildlife charities, and it is $13. We've got the Shadow of the Weird Wizard Kickstarter, and then we've got the Shadows of the Demon Lord bundle. This is $8, and it goes to support wildlife charities. This bundle includes the starter collection for $8, includes all the starter books for Shadow of the Demon Lord. The bonus collection for another $8 contains a whole bunch of adventures for the Shadow of the Demon Lord campaign setting. How best to describe Shadow of the Demon Lord? I've been told it's sort of a way more hardcore version of 5e and a better version of 5e. Then we have a library of Demon Lord Legacy. So this is product that has been made by other individuals for the Shadows of the Demon Lord, Shadows of the Weird Wizard campaign setting. This one is $13. Again, it goes to support wildlife charities in the area. It contains 6 different PDF collections, each PDF collection featuring anywhere from 5 to 10 adventures. So yeah, for the money for the Shadows of the Demon Lord, you're getting a ton of product for this one. Again, Shadow of the Demon Lord, I've been told, is a much better version of 5e. Oh, apparently my drive-through affiliate link is broken. Okay, I'll fix that. Thanks. Humble Bumble has a Goodman Games Dungeon Crawl Classic Mega Bundle with over 75 products earned about $1,000 worth. This goes to support food banks in the area. $25 is the top tier. You guys know that Dungeon Crawl Classic is my favorite OGL OSR retro clone. So this one comes with a ton of adventures that are DCC. Some of these are homages to existing adventures, like, this one here. The Mysterious Tower. Yeah, that's a Haunt Invis. Temple of the Dragon Coat. Mysteries of the Drow. That's obviously a homage to, the Against the Drow series. The Adventure Begins. That's a B1, B2, B3. Then we've got some Castle White Rock. That's a homage to Castle Greyhawk, and a Mega Dungeon. So we've got a lot of homage adventures that people have written. We've got a lot of adventures in the world of Dungeon Crawl Classic, or just Dungeon Crawl Classic adjacent. Look at all this. Just tons and tons of DCC stuff. Adventure after adventure after adventure after adventure. You guys know I love DCC. And if you ever want to find out more information about DCC, check out the link down below, or head on over to my friend Aaron the Pandentix website. He used to do a lot of stuff talking about DCC. Got a Pathfinder bundle, but not Pathfinder games. This is the Pathfinder fiction novels. $25 is the most popular pledge. It features, goes towards literacy charities in the area. Boy, the brain is not working today. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I did not know there was this much Pathfinder fiction ever written. Not bad if you weren't looking for some digital books to read on your digital reader of choice. Of course, these are all PDFs. So before you install them, check them for viruses. Then we've got the gold mine of material for players and DMs alike. This is just a bundle of just whole bunch of source books and how to create castles, how to come up with quests, 101 random tables for Cyberpunk. What do they have on the tap at the end? Just tables and notes and all the kind of things to flesh out your game. And this goes to support the Treasure Project. Trevor Project and children's hospitals in the area. We've got the Hero Lab Pathfinder charity bundle still going on. This goes to support children's hospitals and has a whole bunch of Pathfinder source books and adventures, character management stuff. So just fun stuff like that. And that's it. That's all the bundles this week. Let's see if there's anything we missed. Okay, we've got the Demon Lord. We've got Historia Arcanum for $18. This is a series of adventures from a corporated called Metis Creative, Empire of the Silk Road, City of Crescent, and Herald of Rain. These are all adventures in the Historia Arcanum campaign setting. We've got something called Everyone. I'm pretty sure that was a name I came up with. It's a 2d6 universal role-playing game based upon Barbarians of Limerar, which is another Conan stuffling. We've got the Everyone rule book and 6 companions for it for $8. I guess this is another multi-genre pulp action time travel type campaign. I know that I think that was my name. They stole my name. Can't steal it. Collective unconscious. Every name you come up with is eventually used by somebody else, right? The minute you say an idea, if you don't make that idea, somebody else will inevitably make that idea. It's just collective unconsciousness. I should sue this guy. I should totally do the Hollywood thing. God, cannot talk this morning. I am sorry. I should do the Hollywood thing and say, no, dude, this was my idea from like 30 years ago. I totally came up with this idea, so I'm suing you. Because that happens. And then, yep. So that's every bundle this week. I probably need to fix my link. I don't know how that works, but the drive-thru link is broken, so I'll fix that. If any of these products sound like something you want to check out, use the links down below or head on over to Drive-Thru or DM's Guild or Humble Bumble or Bundle of Holding. Remember, these are all PDFs, so before you download them and install them, check them for viruses. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to subscribe to the OGGM Adventures, because remember, I have no sway, and I can only get sway if you subscribe. So please subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year, and we'll do something crazy like we do whenever we hit milestone. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a break and, I don't know, maybe eat something because my brain is not working. Till next time, I'm the OGGM telling you to drive safe and get off my land.